just here to illustrate on how to assemble a produce bin. So we'll start off with this one here is the frame for the back of the bin, and these panels here, they have a track on top which is for your front door, which will slide into that, and you'll start with these on the sides. So if you look here, you've got a roller, that'll be your front of your bin, and this is the back of your bin. This frame here will be attached to the back of the bin, and make sure that these two here are on top and these little brackets are on the bottom. So what we'll do is, before we keep going, we'll need a mallet. So we'll just grab a mallet, and what we'll do is we lock these in. We line them up with the channel and knock them down. They can be a little bit fiddly, but they will get in. That's one side. Grab the other side. Same thing. As you can see, your roller's there. This is your other roller. So it'll go exactly like that. So that's pretty much done. You've got your back frame and your two sides. We will put the two front bars, which are these two here. That'll be your top bar, that'll be your bottom bar. The one with the tabs goes down the bottom, the one with these go on top. We'll do the bottom first, and just remember the welds will be underneath, because there will be a panel on the bottom as well that will just sit in there. So we'll get this one, line it up and knock it in. And this is your top one. Now if you look at that, these little things, they're welds. The one that's close to the top is your top, and the one that goes up is your bottom, which is off the edge. So you'll just duplicate what's on the other side. It's not very hard. Same thing, just knock that in with a mallet. All right, that's that. Now we can put the back on, screw that on. This panel here is your back, and you just duplicate your sides. So the long piece is the two ends, and the short pieces are your tops and bottoms. So you can just basically put that in like that. It's a tight fit, which is good. All right, hit it in there, and then just get a drill, impact driver, a few screws here, which are supplied with the unit, and just screw it off. Now on the top, we have two bars that'll go in there. Now if you look, these got these little tab things, whatever they are. So your top, it'll lock in. So that's flush, but this one's lower. So when you put it on, you'll put it, the flush part on the bottom, the flush is on top. So when they go down, it'll overlap it and lock in. So you just line them up, get your mallet again, and just knock them in. It's pretty simple. That's one. Get the other one, same thing. Pretty good. All right, that's pretty much assembled. We'll put the wheels on now. All right, we'll lay that on its back. So we've got 2 of these adapter plates which will go underneath like this. There is a gap in between, so what we'll do is we put the wheel on first on these and do up the nuts on all of them. Do them all, I suppose, won't matter. All right, now to tighten them, you can lock the wheel and get your ring spanner. It's 3/4. And what we'll do is we'll just tighten these up. All right, once they're tightened, do the other side. All right, and you can unlock it and it'll move. Get the other one, flip it over. All right, put the wheel on, nut in, just finger tight for now. Once it's finger tight, lock the wheel with the little brakes, and that way it won't spin when you tighten it. Just hold the wheel and just give it a reasonable tightening up. All right, that'll do. All right, once that's done, so that's your plate, you got 4 other nuts, and we'll place it here. So we set it like that, and then we'll fix off the nut on the inside. So that's one. Get the other one. All right, so that's 2, and we can tighten them up. Probably a good idea to lock the wheel again so they won't move. And you can give them a reasonably good tightening. All right, that's 1. So that's your wheel done there. Same with this one. Lock the wheel up and get your nut tightened up. Doesn't have to be mega tight, as long as it's reasonably tight, which is pretty much that. And then undo that. So that's one side. And then what we can do, even really, if we want, we can just sit it on its top to get these ones. Oh shit. All right, I'll get that frame. Where is it? Where did I put? Oh, here it is. My bad. Same thing. Put the wheels on. Put the nut on. And you just repeat what you just did before. Exactly the same way. Lock the wheel, hold the wheel, and just do this nut up. All right, and flip it over and do the same. Make sure you put your wheel where it's flush, not that way. Because then your wheel won't spin, because it'll be sitting inside there, which is wrong. All right, tighten finger tight, lock the wheel, and then just tighten it up. All right, that's tight. Unlock it. Same thing. Line up with the holes, the existing holes that are on the frame. Once that sits in there, grab the nuts and do her up. Lock the wheel again so it won't move, and then just tighten them up. All right, that's one. Same thing on this side. Lock the wheel. Just get my net. Alright, so that's all your wheels done. We'll flick it back up, sit it on its wheels. Alright, there you have it, it's rolling. We have some caps to put on, but what I'll do first is I'll put the base down. These bars will just support the base. So they'll sit in these little, you'll see them anyway, channels. 1, 2, 3. And then you grab your top bottom and just sit it in. You can screw these off. There are 4 little tabs on the end, on the front and the back, or you can just have them loose sitting there. They won't go anywhere, but that's up to you if you want to screw them off. All right, so we just try and get it in. Probably need a bit of persuasion. Anyway, that's your bottom. Now we have a front door. The front door has 2 little hooks with a little roller. They will just hook onto these. It's very simple. Hook it on the bars. That's it there. So that's your door. And to open it, just lift it pretty much horizontal and push it in. And that's it. So your door's done. And it's just pull out and let it slowly close. All right, that's that. Undo the lock. It's pretty much done there. We've just got a few more things to do. So we put these little plastic caps on top. So that's 4 of them. Everything's supplied. All right. So that's pretty much your bin completed. So you've got your door, sides, back panel, and yes, obviously your other side. Now we have 2 other components to go on this. One is your top, which will just sit in these. So grab this, just get in the corners. That's pretty much it. Give it a bit of a tap down, won't go anywhere. All right, so there's your top there, and we have hips and slopes. There's obviously a slope, and they just basically sit inside. Oh, my bad, well, they don't sit inside, they sit over it. You've got little cutouts here and on the other side, and they will overlap this, so start from the back probably, easier. That's it, and you can see that's already dropped in. And that's it, it's completed. So that's your bin. If you look on the side, put your fruit in here. Obviously you have other bins beside it. Obviously that's your back if you've got another bin joining onto it. And that's it, completed. Not hard at all.